Man, it feels like it's been forever since we last talked. So, how have you been? Pretty well. Thanks for asking. Now let's get down to business. If you're texting me like this, then it's safe to assume that you're going to pay me back now, right? Pay you back? For what? 5 years ago, you stole $5,000 from my savings account, and immediately after that, you vanished without a trace, and no one in our family has heard from you until now. Oh, and I also expect that you'll be paying me 5 years worth of interest. Oh, Nora, you're such a joker. You know fully well that there's no way I'm gonna pay you back. I blew that $5,000 at the club within a month. And I'm kinda broke right now, by which I mean my savings account balance is a big fat 0. 0 savings? You mean you wiped out all of your savings at clubs and bars? Hey, to my credit, I have stopped drinking as much now. Oh, well, I guess that's a relief. Yeah, I had no choice. All the clubs in town banned me. The night that I took that money from you, I went straight to the club and ordered a $50 bottle of wine and drank the whole thing by myself. It was super good, so I bought another 4 bottles to share with my friends. And then I saw the receipt, and that said it was actually a $5,000 bottle of wine. I thought there was a period between the zeros. So I dropped all the money I had, but that wasn't enough to cover the whole bill. And then that club called all the other bars and clubs in town to tell them about me, and I haven't been allowed in any of them ever since. Then what in the world have you been doing for the last 5 years? I figured you were either in jail or in the hospital treating your alcoholism, or working some less than reputable jobs in order to support your drinking habit. Oh, wow, Nora, it's like you don't even know your own little sister at all. What I've actually been up to for the last 5 years is getting married and having kids. You what? After I got banned from all the clubs, I met the man of my dreams. I've been living in an apartment with him ever since. And not only that, I just found out a while ago that I'm pregnant with his child. Wow, that's quite a life story you have, Lisa. But the thing is, we're in a bit of a pinch right now. The baby's gonna be born soon, and we were thinking of finally getting legally married. But there's a problem. My boyfriend got fired from his part-time job at the convenience store he worked at. That's not optimal. So yeah, we have like 0 money. Actually, not like 0 money. We literally have $0 and 0 cents to our names. We're not going to be able to pay our rent this month. Not just that, we're not going to be able to pay for the birth or baby clothes or any of that stuff. I was planning on getting Mom and Dad to let us move in with them, so I wanted you to help me out with that. Okay, slow down for a second. This is a lot of information to take in. You can sort out all the details later. What I need right now is for you to help me. I've been trying to get a hold of Mom and Dad, but neither of them are answering any of my calls or texts. I'm pretty sure they're still mad at me about, well, you know. So I feel like if I just showed up on their doorstep, they'd just slam the door in my face. That's where you come in, Nora. I need you to convince Mom and Dad to let me and my fiancé move in with them. And you think I'm just gonna do what you say? I have to forget about the fact that you stole $5,000 from me and will likely never pay it back? I'll do better than pay you back. I'll give you the cutest little niece you could imagine. That's worth more than $5,000, isn't it? Okay, since we're clear on that, you get to work on convincing Mom and Dad to let us in. Got it? Great! Thanks in advance, Nora.
Yo, this is Lisa's sister's number, right? So what's going on over there, huh? What gives? When are you gonna talk about your parents for us?
Excuse me?
We're getting down to the wire here. Our creep landlord says we only got to the end of the month to clear out of the apartment. So hurry up, will you? We need a place to live.
I don't even know who you are. Don't you think you should at least give me your name before shouting demands at me?
I thought it'd be obvious who I was, but whatever. I'm Sawyer, Lisa's fiancé. That makes me the guy who's gonna become your little brother-in-law.
Oh, so you're the fiancé Lisa was telling me about.
I heard from Lisa that she stole something like $5,000 from you 5 years ago. That sucks. I know I'd be pretty ticked off if someone did that to me. But really, it's been 5 years. Get over it already and forgive your sister. She's pregnant, you know, like really pregnant. She looks like she could pop any day now. So we don't have any time for your petty childish feuds, all right? It's time to act like an adult and move on.
I know you guys are in a pretty sticky situation, but the facts are what they are. Lisa's a thief. I'm not too keen on letting a petty thief like her live with my parents.
Oh my God, lady. Is it that time of the month for you or something? What are you being so cranky about? Like, calling your sister a petty thief? What's the matter with you? She's your family. Families forgive each other, and they're always there for each other when they need a hand.
I'm sorry, Sawyer. I don't have anything against you, but I don't consider Lisa my family anymore. She stole a lot more than just that $5,000 from me. It seems like every day one of my personal things would go missing, and it inevitably turned out that Lisa had sold it to get money to take to the club. She's caused a whole world of trouble for me, my parents, and just about everyone else around her.
I know she used to be something of a wild child, but I'm telling you, she's changed. She's not the person that she used to be anymore. And you, her big sister, should be the first person to support her in her quest to get her life on the right track. What kind of soulless creep are you to just turn her away like this?
Okay, you definitely do not know me well enough to call me a soulless creep. Have you forgotten this is our first conversation? In any case, just because she's family doesn't mean I have to let her get away with everything.
What everything are we talking about? She took some money and sold some stuff. That's all. Are you gonna sit there and tell me that a measly $5,000 is worth more to you than your own sister? You're just a soulless creep. You're a money-grubbing cheapskate.
I have never been spoken to this way in my life.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just calling it like I see it. Lisa told me all about your big fancy job. You work some super mega corporation, don't you? You're making a pretty damn good salary, so you gotta have a ton of money saved up. But instead of helping out your own flesh and blood, you're gonna hog it all for yourself? You and my landlord are exactly the same. It's always money, money, money to you.
I can't fault your landlord for not wanting to provide you with free housing. That's kind of how they make their living. And my job has absolutely nothing to do with my relationship with my sister.
Are you nuts? It has everything to do with this. We're both unemployed, Nora. We're dead broke. You, however, have enough money to buy us a freaking house and still have enough left over to retire on. But you're still not gonna give us anything. At this rate, Lisa and I will never be able to get married.
If you're unemployed and hard up for money, I have a much better solution than begging me for a handout. You could, get a job. You're going to be a husband and father, aren't you? You need to step up to that responsibility.
What do you think I'm doing right now? I am stepping up by asking you for money. I could get way more money out of you than working some stupid dead-end job. I guess I was wrong to think you were a generous and caring person. Isn't that crazy? You've got such an awful personality. I don't even need to meet you in person to know you're a total jerk.
Wow, that makes two of us. I've never even met you in person, but I already can tell that I never want to.
Whatever, screw you. I don't need to waste any more of my valuable time talking to a cheapskate like you. I guess if you're not gonna help us, the only thing for me to do is to go talk directly to your parents myself.
I bet you thought you could keep us out of this house, but we were one step ahead of you. Starting today, we are officially moving in with Mom and Dad. What are you talking about? We had to use somewhat drastic measures, but just finished moving all of our stuff into Mom and Dad's house. We made sure to do it while you were busy at work. Mom and Dad are gone too. We didn't plan on that, but it made things a lot easier for us. Now all we have to do is wait for them to get home and let them know the good news. I don't believe this. You mean to tell me you actually broke into Mom and Dad's house? I did not break in. The bathroom window was unlocked, so we were able to get inside without breaking anything. No way. But wow, it's crazy that the house has changed this much in just 5 short years. They really fixed the place up. It's like a whole new house. I am so excited to start my new life in my new house. My baby's been kicking like crazy ever since we got here. I think she likes the house too. Lisa, I'm only going to tell you this once. Get out of that house immediately. What you're doing is trespassing. Say what? Trespassing? Stop being so dramatic. I grew up in this house. I was born here. As long as this house belongs to Mom and Dad, that makes it my house too. By the way, do you know where Mom and Dad went today? They've been gone for a while now. I can't wait to see the looks on their faces when they come back home and see me for the first time in 5 years. It's gonna be like a surprise party. They might be a bit surprised at first, but once they learn that I'm pregnant with their granddaughter, I think they'll come around pretty quickly. All right, then I'll just have to take matters into my own hands. I just so happen to be in the area visiting a client's office. I'm coming home right now, and I'm gonna throw you both out of there personally. I'd like to see you try. There's 2 of us and only 1 of you. We're gonna throw you out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and do some alterations. Alterations? What's that supposed to mean? It looks like they got rid of my room and added the space to the living room when they remodeled the house. So, I'm gonna take your old room. But the decor in here is so boring. Like, there's absolutely nothing in here. It's like no one's lived here for 5 years. So we've got a lot of work to do to make it more livable. And we're gonna start by throwing all of your crap out onto the curb. Don't you dare! Too late. We already cleared half of it out. You'd better hurry over here and pick it up before the garbage truck comes. This is unbelievable. You broke into that house, went through the rooms, and threw all that stuff outside? I told you, we were 1 step ahead of you the whole time. I don't know why you're so shocked, though. You should be used to me taking your stuff by now. First, I took your stuff, then I took your money, and now I'm taking your room. Lisa, we moved 3 years ago. What? You have no idea how much trouble this is going to cause for me. God, I think I'm getting a headache already. Hold up, you're saying that you moved out of this house 3 years ago? So all the stuff that we threw out, that's not yours? Oh, I get it. You mean that you moved out and so now Mom and Dad are living on their own. Jeez, why didn't you tell me that sooner? No, that's not what I meant. Read my text again. I said that we moved out 3 years ago. Me, Mom, and Dad. All of us. None of us are living there anymore. Huh? When we moved out of there 3 years ago, we sold it to a real estate company that was buying a bunch of houses in the area. If you're saying they've renovated, I assume that must mean someone else has bought it. Wait, but if that's true, then this house belongs to some random person that we don't know. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And you idiots broke in through the bathroom window. You even hauled their stuff outside. I lost count of how many crimes you've committed 5 minutes ago. Crime? Oh my God, are we gonna get in trouble? I told you to get out immediately, but did you listen to me? Nope. Well, if you're not living here, then where are you living now? Did you all move into another house together? Is your new house in the same neighborhood? At least tell me it's in the same city. We are still living together, yeah, but we're not in the same neighborhood or the same city. We're not even in the same state anymore. We're in Hawaii. What? You're living in Hawaii? Yep, I got transferred here for my work, and the 2 of them decided to tag along with me. The timing worked out fantastically, actually. I got asked by my company about the potential transfer right when Mom and Dad were retiring. Oh no. What am I gonna do? You, Mom, and Dad are all halfway around the world from here. Okay, calm down. Think. The first thing I need to do is get the hell out of this house. We'll have to put all the stuff back right like we found it and not leave any evidence behind that we were here. Allow me to save you the trouble. You're too late. I already called the cops. You what? Man, am I glad that I happened to be back in town on business when you pulled this stunt. The cops will be there any second, so get your lawyer on the line if you have one. Why would you do that? Why would you call the cops on us? Don't you realize what's gonna happen now? I'm gonna get arrested. Is that what you want to happen? Why, yes. Yes, it is. My life is over. I'm never gonna be able to show my face around here again. Small world, huh? What are the chances that our family's old house would get bought by one of your high school classmates? You have no idea how it feels to have one of your former best friends looking at you with pure contempt. God, why couldn't it have been a total stranger? Now all my old friends are gonna know. It could have been worse. Much worse. I mean, they agreed not to press charges, didn't they? Anyway, you should pay them the $20,000 you promised in exchange as soon as possible. I don't have that kind of money, and it gets worse. Another of my old friends is now a debt collector, And he's been constantly calling me to demand payment. My life is so freaking over. I thought I was gonna be able to relax in my hometown once again. Hold on, you're getting calls from a debt collector? What's that about? Did you steal money from someone other than me? No, I didn't steal it. I borrowed it. I was gonna pay it back eventually. And did you? Not even a cent. Come on, Lisa. It was back in my club hopping days. I borrowed a ton of money back then. I never borrowed more than a couple $100s from any given person, but I borrowed from a lot of people. I think I'm in the hole about $30,000 in total. And the money you owe for the break-in, and that puts you at $50,000 in the hole. Oh, and adding the $5,000 you stole from me makes it $55,000. Yeah, so about that. Could you lend me $50,000? Excuse me? I'll pay you back for it, I swear. Cross my heart and hope to die. Oh, and I'll need you to tell Mom and Dad about the trouble I'm in, too. Tell them that I'll let them see their adorable little granddaughter if they buy me a ticket to Hawaii. Speaking of Mom and Dad, I have a message from them. Congratulations on your engagement and pregnancy. We're not interested in meeting you, your husband, or your baby, though. Goodbye. You've got to be kidding me! I'll have you know, Mom and Dad were planning on moving back there after a few years over here. But thanks to your antics, they'll be too embarrassed to speak to any of their old friends again. They've had it with you and want nothing to do with you anymore. But what about my baby? Don't they want to meet their granddaughter? If you cut me off now, you'll never see her. We know. Good luck, Nora. I wish you, Sawyer, and your daughter all the best.
What's your problem? Why won't you give us a hand? It's your fault we broke into that house, you know? If you had told Lisa you moved, none of that would have happened. And now for the cherry on top, you're totally abandoning us. We don't deserve this. We didn't do anything wrong. We're even bigger victims than the people whose house we broke into.
I strongly suggest you wake up and face reality, Sawyer. Nothing good will come of you blaming all your problems on other people. It's certainly not going to reduce the amount of money you have to pay Lisa's creditors.
But she owes like 50 grand. That's insane. I've only ever worked for minimum wage. I don't have any savings. There's no one I can turn to for help either.
Yeah, I understand your parents cut you off years ago too, so you literally have no one to turn to.
What the? How did you know about me and my parents?
When my parents heard Lisa was getting married, they got curious. What kind of man would want to marry Lisa? So they started asking around to all Lisa's old friends, and after a while, they managed to scrounge together your life story. That's how they found out your parents kicked you out of the house because you lived with them for over 10 years after college without working a single day.
Okay, well, maybe I have a bit of a checkered past. But Lisa was there for me when I was at my lowest. She gave me the motivation I needed to get moving in life. I even got a part-time job and rented an apartment for us to live in.
Aren't you missing one important detail? You paid for that apartment with the money you were stealing from your parents. You stole their ATM card on your way out the door, didn't you?
What?
I talked to your parents myself the other day. I told them the trouble you were in, and they told me all sorts of interesting stories about you.
No way! You talked to my parents?
Looks like you and Lisa have some common values. Neither of you have any qualms about stealing from your family.
Hey, did my parents say anything else to you? Like, you know, that they'd forgive me for taking their money. Or that I could take Lisa and our daughter and move in with them.
I do have a message from them. Well, it's more of an offer that you can't refuse. They found a job for you.
They did?
Yeah, it seems they have an acquaintance who runs a factory outside of town. It has employee housing, so the two of you are going to live there and work off your debts. Oh, and you won't have to worry about your finances anymore. Your parents will be managing all of that for you. They'll be the ones receiving your paychecks every week.
They're gonna take my money?
Until you pay back what you stole from them, it's really all their money. And they're having Lisa's paychecks wired to me. Once I've recouped my $5,000, I'll start paying back Lisa's other creditors.
Come on, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh, don't be so glum. You and Lisa will be together, and you'll have a place to live.
How can I not be gloom? They're practically sending us to freaking prison. I know the factory they're talking about, and I know the guy who runs it. He and my dad used to hang out a lot. Every time he used to come by my house, he'd lecture me about how I should get a job and move out.
Yeah, and he kind of had a point, didn't he? If you had taken his advice, you probably wouldn't be in this situation right now.
And I'm not even gonna be able to spend my own money. I've got a kid on the way. How could they do this to us?
If you ask me, you're in the wrong for putting your child in a position to be born to a couple of debt-laden losers. Again, you should be grateful. You'll be given a place to live and a chance to work off your debts.
But I don't wanna.
It's either that, or you can sell both of your kidneys in order to pay it all off at once. What's it gonna be?
Can I just sell one?
When are you gonna stop acting like a spoiled kid? You're almost 30. Seriously, you and Lisa are both a couple of complete losers. Did you think you'd be able to keep taking advantage of people and it would never come back around to bite you in the end? I'm done listening to your constant whining. If you got time to complain, then you got time to work. So get to work!
But I don't want to work at a factory. Can't you hire me to work for you at your own company?
Are you out of your freaking mind? What value could you possibly have to my company? I wouldn't even pay you minimum wage to clean the bathrooms. So for God's sake, be a man already! You've got a daughter to take care of. Do you want her to grow up thinking her dad is a complete failure at life?
No.
Then there's only one thing for you to do. Shut up and get to work.
Yes, ma'am.
Soon after that conversation, Sawyer's parents came to pick them up and drove them off to the factory to start working off their debts. I felt sorry for them having to take care of my sister in addition to their own son, so I send them some nice Hawaiian souvenirs from time to time to say thanks. They always send me a thank you note and give me an update on how those two knuckleheads are doing. Apparently, they're doing a pretty decent job at the factory. They're obeying orders, showing up on time, and not complaining. So, little by little, they're actually starting to chip away at their debt. Lisa's set to give birth soon, meaning she'll have to go on maternity leave, so Sawyer's going to have to work twice as hard in the meantime. That poor little girl. She deserves to have upstanding, responsible parents, so I really hope that Lisa and Sawyer will turn their lives around. As for me, after finishing up business in my hometown, I went right back to Hawaii. It felt good to be away from all the unneeded drama that Lisa dragged into my life.